In today's show, the Bitcoin price can hit a new yearly high based on U.S. election risk, according to a new report from Citibank. That's right, the Citibank outlook of gold left Bitcoin under a similar upside spell. Its report highlighted that safe havens should rise. As long as the Fed continues on its expansionary approach to aid the U.S. economy, it would mean ultra-low interest rates and a higher growth in inflation. And there's already central banks around the world talking about negative interest rates. And we had Tyler Winklevoss just recently tweet, if the Bank of England adopts negative interest rates, they would be paying you to borrow. You couldn't buy a better advertisement for Bitcoin, but you can take their money and go long on Bitcoin. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Also, in today's episode, Bitcoin is undervalued. The fair value price should be $15,000, says analysts. That's right, the Bloomberg crypto analyst Mike McGlone says Bitcoin is greatly undervalued, suggesting its fair value price should currently be somewhere around $15,000. He goes on the record to share the Bitcoin hash rate continues to increase and recently reached new highs, also advancing our addresses used, a top metric for adoption. The 30-day average of Bitcoin addresses is equivalent to the price closer to $15,000 when measured on an autoscale basis since 2017. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the year-to-date asset performance. As you can see, Bitcoin is leading the pack. And also, check this out, as far as Bitcoin yearly lows, which are way more interesting than its highs, don't you think? As we can see from 2010, the low was just 1 penny. To 2020, we can see 3,850, but we can all see clearly the trajectory of where the Bitcoin price is heading. Also in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 reasons why traders turned bullish after Bitcoin price just surged to $10,700. That's right, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Chainlink, and all the major cryptos are back in the green. But where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, that's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then be sure to smash that link right below the video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. Let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. The Bitcoin price can hit a new yearly high on U.S. election risk, hence a new Citibank report. Let's break it down, shall we? The Bitcoin price can hit a new year-to-date high, abetted in part by the risks surrounding the current U.S. presidential election. The analogy takes cue from a quarterly commodity outlook published by Citigroup. The American banking giant specifically based its report on gold and its potential behavior amid the election season this November. It noted that the precious metal may rise to a new yearly high, stating that the market is underplaying the asset's ability to grow against the election's uncertainty. So there you have it. And now connecting the dots, Bitcoin, which has erratically tailed the gold market since March of 2020, fell this week against a similar geopolitical outlook. The crypto briefly touched 10,100, but it maintained that support as the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell warned about their inability to support the U.S. economy without the second coronavirus stimulus package. How convenient, right? The U.S. Congress delayed the long-awaited financial aid as the Democrats and Republicans argued over the size of the help. Many economists and analysts anticipated that the second stimulus package won't arrive before the presidential election. Taking a look at this tweet from CNN. Check it out, and it's not often I share CNN tweets right here on the show. Congress is poised to leave town until after the election without passing a coronavirus stimulus. So there you have it. The said delay appeared even as the U.S. reported a historically high unemployment rate, a rise in the number of bankrupted small and medium-sized businesses. I wonder why so many small businesses are going under. Maybe because of quarantine and then being forced to close their doors? Interesting, right? And let's not forget a resurgence in coronavirus cases, according to the CDC, who I don't trust as far as I can throw them. You feel me? But that further led investors to park part of their capital back into the US dollar, which is crazy if you ask me. It overall reduced the appeal of other safe haven and risk on assets. As a result, Bitcoin, gold, and stocks gave up part of their gains to the stronger dollar outlook. As we can see right here, showing in the red is gold, in the blue, the US dollar, and in the orange, Bitcoin. But for Citibank, there is still room to grow, at least for gold. The bank wrote in its report, check this out, the election could be an extraordinary catalyst for gold. Flat price and volatility skew late in the fourth quarter, even though historically there is no clear pattern for gold trading or price volatility into and after U.S. elections. That is one reason why we expect gold prices to hit fresh records before year end. So there you have it. They're very bullish on gold. Now, the Citibank outlook of gold left Bitcoin under a similar upside spell. Hallelujah. Its report highlighted that the safe havens should rise as long as the Fed continues on its expansionary approach to aid the U.S. economy, which we all know they're going to do. It would mean ultra low interest rates and higher growth and inflation. Now, demand also expects to come from the rest of the world as global central banks strive for interest rates near or below zero. That's right. Just 2 weeks ago, the Bank of England discussed negative lending facilities to boost spending on market aiding programs. And ultimately, what that means is you have to pay the bank for them to hold your money. Pretty crazy if you ask me. Now, while a new influx of cash helps the households and businesses, it steals yields from the account of savers, which is exactly the problem when they print trillions out of thin air in the name of quantitative easing. All they're really doing is transferring all the wealth to the top 0.1%. Now, Tyler Winklevoss, the co-founder of the crypto Gemini exchange, said that people should long Bitcoin to save their incomes from further depletion. He goes on the record to share, if the Bank of England adopts negative interest rates, they would be paying you to borrow. You couldn't buy a better advertisement for Bitcoin, but you can take their money and go long Bitcoin. So there you have it. I couldn't personally agree more with Tyler Winklevoss, but let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Do you feel the Bitcoin price will break out to a new all-time high this year, eclipsing its all-time high set back in December of 2017 of $20,000? Drop me a comment right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day, Bitcoin is undervalued. Its fair value price should be $15,000, says analyst Mike McGlone of Bloomberg Intelligence. And before I break this down, let's first take a look at the overall crypto market. It just feels good to see a sea of green once again, as it's been a pretty bearish week to say the least, as the market has been in the blood red. We have Bitcoin up 2.4%, now trading above that $10,600 support. Ethereum up 2.2%, trading at $344. I still feel personally, out of the list of all the altcoins, that Ethereum and Chainlink are amongst the most undervalued altcoins in the entire crypto market. But hey, that's just me. XRP up 6%, now trading just below 24 cents. ADA up a whopping 17%, trading at 9.3 cents. NEO is up 8%, trading at $22.22. And Chainlink up 13.5%, now trading at $9.87. And now checking out some of the top exchange volume, we can see Binance up a whopping 63% with $9 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. OKEX up 28% with $2.4 billion. Hobby Global up 29% with $2 billion, and BitMEX down 2.5% with about $1.8 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day, shall we? Bloomberg crypto analyst Mike McGlone says Bitcoin is greatly undervalued, suggesting its fair value price should currently be somewhere around $15,000. Do you agree or disagree with Bloomberg Intelligence? The price of Bitcoin has seesawed between $10,000 and $12,400 over the last few weeks, often tumbling sharply following what one pundit described as a fake breakout. The latest rout saw Bitcoin crash more than 8% within days, from over 11,000 to 10,100, and at this time, each Bitcoin is currently trading just above 10,600, up nearly 2% in the last 24 hours. Now, Mike McGlone, a senior commodity strategist at Bloomberg Intelligence, based his arguments on various factors, including Bitcoin's rising hash rate, which continues to hit new records. Industry media reports, check it out, the Bitcoin hash rate continues to increase and recently reached new highs, also advancing our addresses used, a top metric for adoption. The 30-day average of Bitcoin addresses is equivalent to the price closer to 15 G's, baby, when measured on an autoscale basis since 2017. So there you have it. Now, according to the latest data from charts.bitcoin, Bitcoin's 7-day average hash rate rose past 140 exahashes per second this week, an all-time high, and on July 28th, the figure averaged 127 exahashes per second, a record at that time. And if you're not familiar with hash rate, It's a measure of the power of the computers linked to the Bitcoin blockchain, which determines their ability to produce new coins. Increasing hash power suggests miners are optimistic about making profits, so it's ultimately a bullish sign. This tends to influence the price of Bitcoin higher, given the strong correlation between the two. But the relationship is not exactly as linear because it's difficult to gauge future price changes based on hash rate alone. So keep in mind, it's one great indicator, but it's not the end-all, be-all. Now, meanwhile, the number of active Bitcoin addresses has soared to 991,000. Holy moly. Glassnode data shows up from 684,000 at the beginning of the year, when the asset's price averaged around 7,700. Now, when active addresses hit nearly 1.1 million on December 23rd, 2018, Bitcoin traded for $14,800 on the average. McGlone has remained upbeat about Bitcoin throughout its volatile swings, at a point suggesting that this to be the year that the top crypto will become a digital version of gold, a prime store of value. In my humble opinion, I believe it's already proven as a store of value, as MicroStrategy has proven to us, as well as Grayscale. Now, according to his new analysis, he does admit there might be pitfalls curtailing Bitcoin's price growth going forward, and that would have to be a reversal of the on-chain metrics related to the hash rate and active addresses. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with $15,000 being the fair value of Bitcoin right now. Drop me a comment right down below. And before I break down our next story of the day and also share with you Bitcoin's year-to-date asset performance in comparison to all other major assets, as well as we take a look at the yearly lows for the Bitcoin price and discuss 3 reasons why traders turned bullish after the Bitcoin price surge to 10,700. But first, let's take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 336 billion with 105 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current Bitcoin dominance is 58.4%. And now taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Arweave up a whopping 49%, trading at $4.34. We have ABBC coin up 21%, trading at 34 cents. ADA Cardano up a whopping 18%, now trading at 9.3 cents. We have Orchid up 16%, trading at 31 cents. And Chainlink up about 15%, trading just below 10 bucks. And now taking a look at the biggest losers within the top 100. We have Cybervein only down 0.47%, because as you can see, most of the altcoins are currently surging right now. We have Compound down 0.16%, trading at 136 bucks. Then we have some stable coins, because as you can see, most of the cryptos are in the green, which is definitely a good sign for the market. Now tell me, out of this list of the biggest losers and gainers for the day, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the BitMEX margins. Hallelujah. Longs are currently dominating with about 143 million in superiority, which is what I love to see, with longs leading 58% versus 41% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Holla at your boy. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 46 in fear. Yesterday was a 39 in fear. Last week a 49 neutral. And last month a 76 with extreme greed. Now, if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, by the freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's take a look at year-to-date asset performance. We see Bitcoin leading the pack up a whopping 44% year-to-date. Then we have gold trailing right below at 29% gains for the year. NASDAQ up 18%, and the US 10-year Treasury up 15%. S&P 500 up 6%. The dollar index is down 3%, and crude oil down a whopping 36%. Now let's check out the yearly lows for the Bitcoin price from 2010, 10 years later, to 2020. We can see back then Bitcoin was trading at just 1 penny as the low. How many of you got involved in Bitcoin back in 2010, like Max Kaiser? Let me know if you were fortunate enough to take advantage of this. Also in 2011, it was only 30 cents. In 2012, $4. In 2013, $65. In 2014, 260 bucks. In 2015, $150. 2016, important year, as there was a Bitcoin halving. Here, it was at at 350 as the low, and then of course the market went absolutely parabolic in 2017, reaching an all-time high, but the low was $780. In 2018, the low was a whopping $3,122. Last year in 2019, $3,322, and for this year, the low is $3,850. And before I break down our final story of the day and share with you 3 reasons why traders turned bullish after the Bitcoin price recently surged to 10,700, first I want to encourage you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 540 plus videos right here on my channel. Also some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also be sure to smash that subscribe button right below this video. That's right. And if you're watching or listening on a different platform, the direct YouTube link is cryptonewsalerts.net. You can also find us on all the major podcasting platforms, from Apple's iTunes to Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Google Play and Stitcher Radio. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group. To join it, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a private crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? Today, the price of Bitcoin abruptly rose by 6% from 10,100 to as high as 10,743. After this powerful 24-hour rally, analysts are now turning cautiously bullish for various reasons, but will the Bitcoin price be able to tackle the $11,000 resistance mark anytime soon? Let's discuss it, shall we? Currently, the factors that appear to be lifting investor sentiment are negative funding rates, Bitcoin whale activity, as well as the US dollar's recent weakness. That's right, funding rates are neutral or negative at almost most exchanges at this time. At the moment, Bitcoin's funding rate across various futures exchanges is either neutral or negative, despite the price hovering above 10,000. Now, if long contracts or traders betting on the Bitcoin price increase represent the overwhelming majority, they will need to pay short contract holders. The opposite applies if short contract holders dominate the market. Now, when the funding rate turns negative, it means the majority of the market is shorting Bitcoin. Typically, when funding rates remain below zero, it causes a short squeeze and a surge in the Bitcoin price. It can also be an indication that the short bet is overcrowded, raising the likelihood of an upsurge. Now, a popular pseudo-anonymous trader known as Don Alt tweeted that it is weird to see sentiment bearish with negative funding rates. Here's his tweet here on crypto Twitter. Check it out. It is very, very weird seeing sentiment be this bearish, this neutral or negative funding above 10,000. Teddy Kleps responded, "The trend might change once your head picks a direction. Market makers are waiting for the signal." Don Alt responded, "That'd be nice. Then we will chop till month's end. I won't before then." And Teddy Kleps responded, "Then I thank you on behalf of the community." The trader also noted he sees an absorption of selling pressure at 10,000. He goes on to add, "Now I'm seeing absorption at 10K. It looks like the only people selling are people on derivatives, and I've closed my shorts to see how the next week is going to play out." Now, the overcrowded Bitcoin market with short contracts coincides with top whales possibly moving their holdings off exchange. That's right, optimistic whale activity. According to Whale Map, a group of on-chain analysts who track crypto whale activity, top buyers moved their Bitcoin on September 23rd. As we can see right here in this graph, it shows a map of the spent hodlers of Bitcoin. The analyst said top buyers moving their funds have typically been a bullish catalyst for Bitcoin. They explained here on crypto Twitter. "Top buyers were moving their coins yesterday. From my personal experience looking at this metric, next day after top buyers move, we go up." Can someone keep track of this? Maybe. Now for the third and final reason why traders are turned bullish after this recent Bitcoin price surge, and that is the dollar weakness. As the number of COVID-19 cases surges in the US, lawmakers are locked in a stalemate over the future of a much needed stimulus package, and this is leading strategists to speculate on a weakening US dollar. Before the initial rally, Michael van de Poppe, a full-time trader at the Amsterdam Stock Exchange, said 10,700 to 10,800 is likely for Bitcoin. The trader emphasized that if the dollar slows down, the 11,200 to 11,400 range could be a reasonable target, he wrote here on crypto Twitter. Check it out. This is coming from Michael Van Day Pop. Bitcoin, nice. We're holding here. Looks ready to test the 10,700 to 10,800 areas, and maybe even 11.2 to 11.4 if the dollar slows down for a bit. So there you have it. And now for a quick recap of what I covered here in today's show. The Bitcoin price can hit a new yearly high, surpassing its all-time high of $20,000 set back in December of 2017 on U.S. election risk, according to this Citibank report, which I broke down for you. And we all know Congress is poised to leave town until after the election without passing a coronavirus stimulus, according to CNN. Also, in today's show, I shared with you why Bitcoin is undervalued and that the fair value price should be $15,000, according to Bloomberg intelligence analyst Michael McGlone. Also, today I shared with you the year-to-date asset performance of Bitcoin leading the way, up 44% for the year, with gold trailing at 29% gains. And also, I shared with you the yearly lows of the Bitcoin price over the past decade, from 1 penny back in 2010 to this year being a low of $3,850. And I also shared with you 3 reasons why traders turned bullish after the Bitcoin price just recently surged to $10,700. So let me know where you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here. Drop me a comment right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right. Turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And real quick, before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM, leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, then smash the link right below this video in the description to register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.